Hey guys! So, a slightly different type of video today. I had the idea a while back to do freehand nail art versus nail vinyl nail art, just to compare them, see how they end up in the end. So that's what we're going to do in this video. My right hand is going to be free-handed with my left hand, and I'm right hand dominant. And then my left hand is going to be done with the nail vinyls, and then from there we'll see how that goes. So first off, let's jump into the nail art.
Hello again everyone, voiceover for Emma here again. So we're going to start off with a base coat as always, and this is Believe Beauty Ultra Shine Base Coat. I'm just going to put a coat on every nail. The aim of base coat is to protect your natural nail from being stained by the nail varnish, and it also helps your nail polish to stay put for longer. And because we're going to be using nail vinyls on the left hand, I also put a top coat straight on top of the base coat once the base coat was dry. That helps to prevent you from peeling off the base coat when you remove the vinyl. Okay, so now we're going in with our first colour, and this is Believe Beauty Just Jewel in the shade Purple Rain. So we're about to start doing nail art with this colour, so put a small dot of it on some scrap paper. That way when you bring the dotting tool in, you can dip into it without having to try and dip into the bottle. So we're going to load up the dotting tool, and then we're just going to place some dots on our nails where we want the ends of the drips to be. The amount of drips you do depends on how wide your nails are, where you place them, and how many drips you want. So once you've got the dots where you want them, you can start on actually placing the drips themselves. All you're going to do is drag the nail polish from the dot towards the very tip of your nail. It doesn't have to go all the way to the tip, and it doesn't have to be neat. Don't worry either if it looks weird at this point, because we're going to fix that next. But you're just doing this step on every single nail. Dot and drip. Dot and drip. So do that on your middle finger and your little finger, because we're putting a different colour on the ring finger. Once you're all done with the dots and the drips, you're going to go back into the nail varnish with the regular brush, and you're just going to paint the white tips of your nails. This gives the drips somewhere to be coming from. It's also worth pointing out not to worry if you get the nail varnish on your fingers or on the skin around your nail, because all we're going to do is take a cleanup brush and dip it in some acetone. Then you can use it to very carefully get rid of any nail varnish on your nails where you didn't want it to be. You can tidy your drips up a little bit. And you can also use it to wipe away any nail varnish on your skin as well. Now we're going to go in with Believe Beauty's Jelly Glaze in the shade Surprise Party, and we're going to do exactly the same thing to the ring finger that we just did to all the other fingers. Small dot of polish on some scrap paper, going in with the dotting tool to put the dots on, the drips, and then we're going to paint the tip as well. It's about now-ish that I realised just how pale this polish looks when you're doing nail art as opposed to the whole nail. I figured if I put enough polish on my nail that it would be more visible, but not so much. Ta-da! Now for the left hand, we're going to do the vinyls. Now don't forget, I've already put top coat on top of our base coat. That's very important because otherwise when you peel the vinyl off, you could end up peeling off the rest of the nail varnish, especially a base colour if you've got one of those. Make sure that the nail vinyl is stuck down nice and tight so you don't get any polish leaking underneath it. We're going to go back in with the same purple polish from my right hand, Purple Rain, and now you're just going to paint your nail like you would do regularly. Make sure that all of the exposed nail has polish on it, and that's pretty much all there is. Once you're done with making sure that you've got nail polish everywhere, take a pair of tweezers and peel the nail vinyl right off. You're going to repeat this again on your index finger, your middle finger and your pinky, because like on our right hand, our ring finger is going to be the pale purple. As you can see, my pinky nail is pretty small and the nail vinyl does stick over the end of it. So once I'd put the polish on it and peeled the vinyl off, I did actually fill in the ends with the brush from the bottle. Now it's time to go back in with the lighter purple, the shades Surprise Party. I was trying to put a lot of polish on my nail, once again in the hopes that it would be more visible. But once I took the nail vinyl off, it was clear that that wasn't going to happen. Now it's time for top coat. This is Nails Inc Kensington Caviar top coat, and it's the same one that I put on my left hand before. Using a top coat is going to make your manicure last longer and prevent it from chipping, and it's also going to make it nice and shiny too. And don't forget to put top coat on both hands. And there we are, that's the nail art done. There's my left that I did with the vinyls, and my right that I did freehand. And this is just a direct comparison.
So all in all, that wasn't terribly difficult to do. But then again, I have been doing nail art for a while. The first thing that I noticed between the two of them is that my ring finger on both hands is super pale. That's nothing to do with the nail art, that's just to do with the nail varnish itself. So note to self, use a darker colour next time. I thought before I did this that the hand with the nail vinyls on would have a better colour, a darker colour, but that's not the case. My right hand, the one that I did freehand, is a lot darker than the one I did left. So the second thing that I noticed was that the freehand nails are a lot more round and a lot more drip-like, whereas some of the ones on my left with the vinyls are particularly pointy looking. Now yeah, obviously you can turn a point into a dot with a dotting tool, or most of the time the brush that came in the polish. But that's not the point. The point is that the vinyl makes the design that you're looking for. The other thing that I noticed when I was doing this is that obviously the nail vinyls have a set length and they cover, you know, that length. Doesn't matter if your nails are, you know, 2 inches long or half an inch long. So for shorter nails, the nail vinyls might not always work because they're a set length. Now, like I said before, if you put your nail vinyls on and you've got empty nail here, you could always just like fill it in, but the nail vinyl is supposed to just do it for you. So in the end, I think if you want to try freehand, then go for it. It gives you the ability to make your nails look how you want them to, because you don't have to worry about if the nail vinyl is the right shape or too short or too long. And you know, it gives you the ability to practice, it gives you the ability to get better at it, and it gives you the ability to do any design that your brain can come up with. On the other hand, if you want to use nail vinyls, then that's okay too. If you want to have, perfect zigzags on your nails, that's more likely to happen with a nail vinyl, unless you've got a super steady hand. If you want to do a spiral, or maybe a spiral with cat ears, then that's something that's much easier to do with a nail vinyl. So, whichever way you want to do nail art, or even if you don't want to do nail art, just do whatever it is that you want to do. They're your nails at the end of the day. Now my final question to you is, which do you think looks better? The nail art that I did freehand on my right with my left hand, or the nail art that I did on my left hand with the nail vinyls? I personally think my right hand turned out better because the drips are shorter, they're not all over my nail, they're more rounded at the bottom, more drip-like, and obviously the colour is a lot deeper with the free-handed hand because I just put on a ton of nail varnish. Because with the left, you've got to peel the vinyl off as soon as you're done so that it doesn't end up drying to it and then peeling it off when you take it. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram. I will put mine and the cat's Instagram down in the description. And in the comments down below or over on Instagram, wherever you fancy, leave me some questions. Anything you want to ask me, whether it's about my hair, the way I did my makeup, the cats, Richie, any of it. Because I'm going to do a Q&A video shortly-ish, but I'm aware that I don't have a lot of followers, subscribers, whatever you want to call it, whichever platform. So it might take me a while to get some questions together. So any that you can think of, feel free to ask me and keep an eye out for that video. So with that, that's the end of this video. Now don't forget to like it if you liked it, and subscribe, which is down there. Keep an eye out for my new videos. There is going to be another diary installment coming up soon, part 4. Definitely 4 this time. And in that I am off to college, so keep an eye out for that because it's coming. And on that note, that's the end of the video. Bye! On the other hand,